Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes was released for the Atari 2600 by 20th Century Fox. You play as a quote-unquote tomato sprayer whose objective is to build 3 walls across the screen. Getting in your way of this are tomato bombs that fire at you from the bottom of the screen and flying tomatoes that cross over horizontally. To build said wall, you have to fire the sprayer at the bricks at the top of the screen that'll constantly change position and color. Whatever color the brick is when you hit, that's the color of the brick that you'll be able to lay down. These bars on the side indicate the foundation of where each of the 3 walls begin. So the green wall at the bottom, you're going to want to be the first one that you complete because you'll otherwise not be able to cross over if you're blockaded. Of course, this doesn't mean that you have to only lay green bricks until you finish the wall. You can always add to the wall as long as you still have access. But you also don't want the top walls to stretch out past the walls below, as you'll be forced to squeeze into tight spaces to keep the wall going. At the same time, brick eaters will show up every once in a while in the form of these vines and try to eat away at a piece of the wall. You can stop them by shooting them down first. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that you do have a weapon by default, not just the bricklaying shots. These attacks will kill the flying tomatoes and the brick eaters, but keep in mind that once you're carrying a liquid brick in your syringe, you only get 1 shot at the wall. So if you use it to attack a foe, you won't be able to lay any bricks and you'll have to go back up and get another one. But sometimes you just have to defend yourself. The difficulty settings and variations will adjust whether or not some of these hazards appear, the speed of the enemies and projectiles, the width of the bombs, and whether or not the game's difficulty increases from stage to stage. Also, there's a mode where you have infinite lives, which is pretty unusual. The game is quirky as shit, but I gotta say it has a unique concept and certainly a unique design. It's kinda like a far more robust version of Oink. One thing I'm not too big on is how awkward it is to spin yourself around and position yourself to aim when you're in between walls. I know that it should be a pain because it's a bad strategy in general to put yourself in this situation, but it's already enough that you don't have a lot of room to escape attacks to begin with. So a good rule of thumb is to not get yourself in this situation in the first place. Keeping your nose clean with all of these hazards coming at you from any direction at any given time, along with the strategy element, make this a pretty addicting and exciting game, especially when it picks up the pace. It's not a perfect game, but it's fun, and it's definitely unique, which is saying a lot when you consider how many shooters there were at the time.